Y'all know I'm gonna have an intro that I have to dance to, okay? Hey y'all, hey, all the hays. Hey, just me, good to see you. Girl, I was talking about you yesterday. I forgot what we were talking about. Oh, we were talking about the weather and all of that. So it's good to see you here because I think Trash Can Waves and I were talking about that Detroit was trying to go back virtual. And I was like, what? Anyway, y'all, welcome. I am Melissa Berrien, your host of Real Talk with Melissa Berrien, and we're here. Y'all, hang on because you got to hold on till we get to the ridiculous news. There are a few stories in between that I absolutely want your opinion on, and so just hold on to your seats. Y'all know how we do. We get all into it. But before we do, I want to say hello to everyone. Those of you that are new subscribers, it's me. Hey, how you doing? And yeah, I'm Melissa Berrien, your host. And so sit back, get comfortable. But most of all, while you're getting comfortable, you got to comment. That is like the driving force of this show. Like, I love when you guys comment. We don't have to agree. Just be respectful. That's all I'm saying. So Shannon is in the house and she's like, I'm waiting. But you know what? First place pony, which is a nod to Blind Guy, his wife, and their life and their show. Make sure you check them out. Excellent content creators. And one of the things they do is acknowledge those that are first in the room. And I have to shout out Mr. Trash Can Waves as being among the first in the room. Okay. He said, I'm here, looking forward to it. And Shannon was waiting. Just me. Hey, girl. Black's Tropical. Hey, sister, I didn't see the missed call. Sorry, I'll call tomorrow. No worries. You know, I don't trip when people don't call me back because I hope that they extend the same grace when I don't call them back. Yeah, so it's nothing. I look forward to seeing you guys. And speaking of good content creator, make sure you guys also check out Black's Tropical. They've been on here several times. Good friend, good soul sister. So y'all already know her and Bobby. So they're like they're becoming like family. So yeah, y'all go check them out. But girl, yeah, I'll talk to you later. No worries. Yeah, Sherry getting into the music. Okay. I gotta have a bop before I get on. Like I'll be back here crunk. Okay. Hey Ruby, good to see you. Happy birthday, because I think when we last met, you were coming up on your birthday, but it should be your birthday by now. It's past. Happy birthday. I want to believe that you said you were 74 years old. So welcome. And then, of course, Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, much love from the family. Same to you. And, you know, we've been going back and forth and playing email tag. And I just realized I didn't send him something that I told him I was going to send him. So I have not sent him that yet, but I will. And make sure you check out his channel as well, pushing out some great quality content. And yeah, I was over there last night, you know, diving deep with him and the rest of the guys and the one sister that was on the panel. So yeah, y'all, come on in. Ruby says, thank you. 73. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was 74, but you know what? 73 is a blessing too, child. So yes, ma'am. She said, don't make me old. Hello, all. I'm so very sleepy tonight. I think I'll be listening in quietly tonight. Well, you know what, Adrian? No problem at all. Good to see you. I miss you guys when you aren't here. I am on the road to 2,000 subscribers. I am like slowly but surely getting there, and I'm okay with slowly but surely. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race. So I'm absolutely blessed by that. Ruby King, happy birthday, soul sister. Now, like I said, hold on to your seats. We have a long, extensive, I don't know, list of stories that I want to cover. But more importantly, the ridiculous news. Y'all already know. Okay. So yeah. OG Patrice in the house. Greetings. I was thinking about you yesterday on my way to the gym, or today. Actually, today. And I was coming back from the gym and I said, oh man, I gotta get exchange my number. I gotta call her back. Like I said the other day, Patrice, charge it to my head and not my heart, because you are on my heart. I just got to find time to do it. You know what I'm saying? Jeez. Shannon says that's awesome. It is awesome, Shannon. It's a testament to hard work and you guys as my supporters. All right, all that cute stuff, all that pleasantry is out the way. Let's get in. So now, if you see me looking here, I normally don't do that, but listen, if I could just have a moment of transparency. Miss Microphone, y'all know we've had a love-hate relationship since I've switched mics, because this doggone arm decides. So if I put it on the desk that I'm on right now, it's a little too close to me. I don't like it hanging above me. I don't like it in certain areas. So right before the show, I said, well, let me put it where I like it. Well, of course, I'm twisting, trying to adjust it. Long story short, sister is hanging and just sitting on this table because I don't have time fitting for it. Like I was like 6 minutes in and I got to get my jig on and get my mind right. And filling with a mic was not on my agenda today. So that's what I was doing right before I decided to, you know what, let me dance my jig and we'll deal with this mic later. So with that being said, let me change this background. Y'all know what I do. And then let's get into the first story. So you guys already know what today is, okay? I want to get this out the way, talking about January 6th. Last year, this day, where were you? Where were you? And once you found out that people were storming the Capitol, did you stay glued to the television? If so, were you in awe? Were you not surprised? Leave a comment down below. Let me know where you were. As my mic tries to fall. I'm going to lay her down. That's what I'm going to do. I ain't even going to try to keep her up. You know, that's what she said. Yep, that's what I'm going to do right there. Y'all should hear me really well now. Anyway, so where were you guys? I was at home. Black Tropical says she was in Harbor Freight's shopping. So she was getting her shopping on. And you live pretty darn close to the area. Not close, but in the general coast, I'll say. What was the atmosphere? You know, because, you know, when 9/11 happened, we were in Hawaii. And so it's quite different to wake up on a completely different time zone. And a lot of that had already happened. For us, I was watching it in real time because I did not, like, I knew that there was whisperings that something was going on, but I was sitting there like, I know you lying. And just like many other people, I was just sitting here like, what is happening? And why is this continuing to happen? And as the day unfolded, more and more and more things started to happen. And I just could not believe that they were able to penetrate the Capitol the way they were. Only because, as someone that has taken tours in the Capitol and been in that area, that place is locked. Like, you have to have so many clearances just to get into those things and permissions. And so it was just weird. So yes, I was at home. I was glued. I was in shock, but I wasn't in shock to the point where I wasn't surprised that the person that was inciting it, the former president, I believe he incited it. I wasn't surprised as far as that's concerned, but I was just like, what the heck? Adrian said, I was shocked and amazed, not in a good way. No, not in a good way at all. And one thing I have to say about minorities, I'll say Black and brown people, I'll say people of color. One thing that I have to say about us, when I think about the timeline that was going on and what people were posting during this whole insurrection, that's what they're calling it, whatever. So one thing I noticed is that regardless of how people feel about this country, we really want order, and we also respect order in our country and our monuments. The most radicalized person was like, are you kidding me? You don't do that. From what I understand, there was not a breach in the Capitol since 18 blah, 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 the 1800s. And so that was so significant to me. But also, as someone that's like, I'm not super patriotic, but I'm also not super not and radical. But I just was like, dude, you don't do that. Like, what do you mean? And then the things that they were chanting and all of that. And I'm like, who are these humans? And then, of course, my mind went to, if these people were Black, brown, Native, Asian, or anything else other than majority Caucasian, listen, I don't even want to think about what could and would happen. We've seen it on a smaller scale. Now, for those of you that, before I go into the comments, for those of you that want to come in and say, well, what about the rioters? Can two things be right at the same time? The rioting is wrong and that was wrong. There's no either or in pointing fingers. I don't play that game over here. Both of it is wrong. So I'm gonna squash that. I was at home. Ruby says, I will never forget it. Shocked. Same thing, Ruby. I will never forget it. Like we hear about, the Tea Party and this and that, and I'm talking about the Boston Tea Party. But you know what? Let's bring it up to current events. We look at other countries and the uproar and the unrest. I don't know. We just seem to think that America should be and is a little bit more civilized than perhaps she actually is. I don't know. Black Tropical says, my mom called me yelling and going crazy for us to get home and lock up. See, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need, because here's the thing, you never know. Like, what else were they doing? Just a month prior, they were down in Michigan storming the Capitol. We had an incident. They stormed the Capitol here. They and a lot of these smaller governor storming the Capitol in the states. Child, I lost the earring. In the states was not as highly reported. Now the Michigan was. I don't know if you guys knew that the Arizona Capitol was stormed and breached. Talking about get down here and all this other stuff. Crazy. So here we are, the first anniversary of it. It would have been a totally different outcome. It would have been ugly. It would have been ugly, and the aftermath would have been ugly. I'm telling you, you probably would have, if you had any shade of skin that was brown or black, you probably would have to have an alibi because they would have clean sweeped all of our behinds up. I'm sorry. That's just what I believe. Any other race would not have been able to get rid of. They wouldn't have even been able to get close. Into Trash Can Waves credit, and to his point, yes, we did see some of the officers waving them on, waving them in. What, are you kidding me? And yes, good old Officer Goodman and the rest of the Capitol Police. And then what about Officer Fan One, who was injured that day, like gravely injured, but thankfully he survived. And so later on, he tried to have his work to not work. He tried to get a meeting with the senators and people in Congress to kind of talk about what the heck was going on, and no one would meet with him. This is the Blue Lives Matter people. Law and order. Now, that night when they went back, everybody was scared and shook up, and they were ready to point fingers and you were wrong and all this other stuff. And not long after did these same people come back and start defending these patriots. Well, let's fast forward a little bit. Let's fast forward. Now we know that these people that are outwardly saying they were patriots, it wasn't that bad, leave us alone, you guys are on a witch hunt and all this other stuff. Now we are learning that these same people were just as scared, just as terrorized, just as alarmed, just as shocked, to the point where they tried to call the president, text the president, encourage the president, the former president, to calm his people down, back these people up, and he refused. We know he got off on stuff like this. Y'all know it. Like, he literally probably got off on stuff like that. Now it's being reported that he was sitting in the darn living room in the dining room area eating it up, just loving it. Because we all know he has visions of grandiose, and he always has to. I mean, that just was a feather in his hat for him. Y'all know this. As sick as it sounds. Anyway, the reality is this country was founded on protests. Absolutely. It absolutely was. And I agree to that. It's just, in modern society, we do see protests. That was just a bit much for me. Just like the riots in Seattle and everywhere else. It doesn't matter who's doing it. Because I think that's the argument that kind of comes across, is like people like myself who may thought that the Capitolist, it was an insurrection and it was, terrible. A lot of people will counteract and say, well, what do you think about the rioters down in Philadelphia? I was watching that in Ferguson and everywhere else in just as much shock. Especially when it's our people. Get your butt home. But not only that, the little kids out there. I'm like, what are you doing? So both two things can be correct at the same time. Both were wrong. They would have killed us immediately, Shannon says. So, yeah. So, to mark today's anniversary, Joe Biden came out the box a little bit. And he he blasts. People are saying he blasted Trump. Why was he being so political? Let's take a listen. I don't know if you guys can hear.
Vice President, fellow Americans, state the obvious.
Oh, we can't listen to the whole thing.
1 year ago today, in this sacred place, democracy was attacked. Simply attacked. The will of the people was under assault. The Constitution, our Constitution, faced the gravest of threats.
Child, it's a 24-minute speech. We're not going to be able to listen to.
Capitol Police, the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department, the National Guard, and other brave law enforcement officials saved the rule of law. Our democracy held. We, the people, endured. We, the people, prevailed.
All right. So that's current President Joe Biden. As you guys know, I can't play the whole thing only because it's 24 minutes and that'll be literally half my live stream. So I will just tell you that let me quote what he says. He says, speaking of former President Trump, he says he's not just a former president, he's a defeated former president. He said Trump sat in the White House watching it all on television and doing nothing as police were assaulted and in the nation's capital and as it was under siege. Biden said the U.S. is in a battle for its soul of America. Let's talk about that. Because do we really want the soul of America to remain the same? So I'll challenge that thought. I did not seek this fight brought to this Capitol 1 year ago today, but I will not shrink from it either, he said. I will stand in the breach. I will defend this nation, and I will allow no one to place a dagger at the throat of democracy. And so he said, you can pretend this is serious stuff. You've got to face it. That's what great nations do. They face the truth. He goes on to what else did he say? It was another quote that he said that was like hard on. Like he really dug into Trump and basically called him a coward that was spreading lies. I'm paraphrasing. He was a coward spreading lies and upset because he lost the election. Hard on to the point, and there you have it. And so now Biden is facing backlash from some people because they're like, you know what? Why are you politicizing this? Why are you coming after Trump? Well, the truth of the matter is Trump's name is at the center of this because he pretty much formed the rally the day of. And it was great things are going to happen on that day and meet us down at the Capitol and all the, things like that. So prior to today, Trump was going to schedule a press conference. Bad news. I don't know what and who his advisors are to say, you know what, who will call him up after all of this and say, you know what you need to do? Go on television and start talking trash about all of this, Biden, and call your patriots, the patriots and everything else. Oh, and by the way, don't forget you have that subpoena out that you're not cooperating with, but go on television and talk about it. So that was canceled against his better judgment. So Biden makes the speech. Trump, of course, y'all know he's not going to take them blows and just be like, oh, okay. No. So Trump comes back. Well, then not only was Trump upset, Steve Bannon was upset because Trump canceled the press conference. They're all just a mess. I'm going to move on from this because it's all a mess. It's all about power. It's all about, power and authority. That's what it boils down to. It ain't nothing, it ain't about double power. It's about power. Who's in power and who's going to kiss my ring while I'm in power? That is the dangerous thing. I know they say the love of money is the root of all evil, but so is power, which money does give you power. Anyway, speaking of the Capitol riots and all of that, and everything that followed after that, which was, to some degree, some people would argue, a very slow presence of kind of charging people. People have been charged, but there was a few stories that came out where kids and loved ones and relatives actually turned their family members in, because we know the family members didn't go home and not brag. Some of them went back to the hotel, had drinks that night at a hotel near DC. And so, as a story broke very recently, that a son, an 18-year-old, can you imagine this burden? He turned his father in. Dad's now in jail. And now he's saying he fears that his dad is becoming even more radicalized as a result of being in jail with other radical people. So as this story continues to unfold, and as America continues to wait on the January 6th committee and what's going to come of that, we just have to hold on to our seat and wait and see. I don't like the angle of that. There we go. Wait and see what comes up from this, from the investigations. All right, so that's that. That was a lot. That was a lot, because January 6th was a lot. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think this committee is going to do. My only concern is with this committee, nothing's going to happen. Even with, if a normal citizen decides not to cooperate with the subpoena, what happens? So anyway, speaking of not cooperating, I talked a little bit ago about Antonio Brown and him not cooperating with the NFL as he stormed off the field. There was immediate speculation and sympathy as people said, you know what? He's dealing with brain injuries. He's dealing with CTE. Leave him alone, blah, 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 blah. Well, as I normally do, I just reported what he did. I can't say why he did it, because we weren't there. Well, immediately after storming off the field, I was about to say Capitol, and immediately after storming off the field, he was released by the Buccaneers. Now, recently, he came out today and he explained why he was let go. He says that he was not fired. He said he quit because he was receiving pressure from his coaches to play on an injured leg or foot or ankle or something like that. That spins the narrative. Okay. Now, does that really warrant the whole dramatic display? It would make sense if the coach in that moment said, "Hey, you're fired." I haven't seen any reportings where the coaches have disputed what he said. But what did break like a few seconds ago is that the day before, Antonio Brown, had someone come up to he smuggled or snuck a girl up to I don't see y'all. Y'all are listening. He had someone come to his home. That's okay. I like talking. If y'all don't want to talk, that's fine. Replay gang, hang in there with me. So, like I said, it's breaking that he smuggled, because they have to be quarantined in the NFL. He smuggled this chick, did a video, did what they do when you have a chick. And then he told her, he said, "Watch what I do tomorrow." And she exposed everything, the text messages between him and her and all of that. So now it's appearing that this was something that was premeditated by him. Are you following me? Okay. Again, I don't see the comments scrolling, so I don't know if y'all following me or not. But this is breaking news concerning Antonio Brown. So like I said, Antonio Brown, he storms off. He's like, "Listen, no, I didn't listen. This was not some random crazy thing. The coaching staff wanted me to go out there and play. And I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to play." But it kind of is appearing that allegedly I'm using my hands. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, y'all. That's fine. So now it appears that instead of following the NFL rules and staying focused on his game, he was focusing on a different type of game. And she's exposing him. When are y'all gonna learn, guys? When are guys gonna learn? When is it time to think with your brain and not with everything else? This is so adolescent to me. And now it's so adolescent, but now it is definitely affecting his bag. I'm serious about my bag. Whether I'm working for myself or whether I'm working for somebody else, doesn't really matter. I'm not going to do too much of anything that's going to affect my bag unless I don't care. And clearly he didn't care. And he trusted this girl. And I'm like, why did you trust her? Why? So we have to see. He's focused on some hoo-ha. Exactly. Do you think he was set up with the lady? I don't know, because it was a setup after she got there. Absolutely. It was a setup. I don't think it started off, he probably, because let me see who she is. She's a model. She's a model. In my head, this is someone that he probably was playing with or whatever. And she went there with the pretense, but then he got comfortable and was like, like I said, he was bragging. And he was like, oh, watch what I do. Watch what I do tomorrow. That's what he told her. And that's what the breaking news is. So now regardless, he's discredited now because he garnered some level of sympathy when people realized, okay, he wasn't tripping. It wasn't a mental thing. He was injured and they were trying to make him play. But now he's losing credibility because the girl's like, no, he planned that. So we have to see. Shannon Jackson says, I cannot believe he would do that over his money. He wasn't injured enough to not listen. That knee was just fine. Playing games. And as I always say, you can take a hood mentality, a lower mentality out of the hood and put them in Hollywood and everything else. And I'm not talking about race. I'm just talking a lower level of thinking. Everyone doesn't deserve money. Everyone doesn't deserve opportunity because they're not ready for it and they'll ruin it. So I'm waiting to see. I will let you guys know what the update is concerning this story. Unfortunately, yes, on some level he was set up, but at the same time, he set himself up because even after he stormed off and everything, he could have just went home. But this was the night before. So he was about the antics anyway. Now, I would like to submit, because I'm going to come at you as an educator, mentor, friend. One of those three things. And so I think right now I'm going to come as a friend, as a mama. He should have just sat his tail on the bench. If what he's saying is true, I'm injured, I can't go in, blah, blah, whatever. Sit yourself down with all that stuff. Just like I said on Tuesday, I do not send you to the NFL for you to cut the fool like this. But I wonder what TMZ paid her to release those messages. Exactly. Because someone paid her. She didn't do that for free. But guess what? She's going to have her 5 to 10 minutes worth of fame for sure. So that's the latest on Antonio Brown. Speaking of foolishness and mayhem, yesterday, the governor of Florida, he was trending yesterday. Desantis was trending. And I was wondering why. And I was like, what the heck? And it seems as if people are speculating that he is trying to cover up that he had COVID. So my question to you is, do you think government officials, people in authority, even your principals, even your bosses, do you think that they should, beyond contact tracing, do you think people in government should disclose when they have COVID? Leave a comment, let me know. Now, DeSantis was at a press conference. He seemed to be struggling to breathe. And he is someone, of course, a Trump supporter, someone who is anti-mask, anti-vax, anti. And so that's why this is a little bit ironic, because it's like, okay, what are you trying to hide? For me, whether someone gets COVID or not, I don't look at it as an STD. But I think, unfortunately, some people do look at that, like they keep it a secret and all of that. I mean, doesn't bother me. Let the people know if you caught COVID, the people that are around you. I also don't think that it's something that someone should be ashamed of at all. I don't think it's anything that someone should be ashamed of. So anyway, uh, much love, rough job. Okay, okay. Much love to you too. So I don't think it's anything that they should be ashamed of, but I think that if you are a political public figure, yeah, you should disclose to your constituents, but definitely the people that you're having the press conference. Let me see if I can find it where he was. Man, he was struggling. Okay, here it is. All right, it's 52 seconds, so I'm going to share it with you guys, so you could see. He didn't look too well. All right, here we go. Nope. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. It's always something. There we go.
EO Secretary. We also have Chancellor Henry Mack from the Florida Department of Education by Dane Eagle, who's our Florida DEO Secretary. We also have Chancellor Henry Mack from the Florida Department of Education. Brad Ferguson, Senior VP and General Manager, Skywater, Florida.
Oh,
and Dale Miller, Site Director, Skywater, Florida, as well as Representative Fred Hawkins. Manufacturing is something that we need to do better job of. And we've worked really hard at Florida to have more opportunities with vocational education. We have expanded our manufacturing footprint.
Exactly.
Semiconductors are a huge issue. If you look at how the supply chain works,
watch this.
We are overly dependent on foreign nations, including Taiwan, which is a good ally of ours, but which is one that is under really serious pressure from the Communist Party of China.
So this is the video that was going. Okay, what part of that did y'all not see? That was weird. So as it was playing, I stopped sharing and y'all went bye-bye. I'm back. All right. So I don't know how much of that you guys saw, but I think most of it you guys saw where he was really, really struggling. I know that was weird. Where he was really struggling to breathe. It kind of felt like he was on a treadmill trying to talk, but also trying to hide that he was having a hard time breathing. I don't wish any ill will on anyone, and that means anyone. I don't have time to do that. So hopefully my only concern is if it's something that he's trying to hide, my concern is for the other people that were in the room. So that's that. So yeah, let me know if you guys saw that. But yes, DeSantis was trending on Twitter as a result of that. So yeah, let me know if you saw that or if I need to play it again, because he definitely was struggling. He's struggling with something. So speaking of struggling, I don't want you guys to struggle with anything other than focusing on what we're doing over here. So check this video out really quick and I will be right back. If you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Right now, do it. So y'all read from it. You're already here. You guys, unless you're absolutely new to YouTube, listen, it's customary. And I know most of you are not new to YouTube. You like what you see on this channel, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. To those of you that have already been rocking with me and you're like, what is she doing with this time change? Listen, the time change is working for me. I am back on my grind in the gym, still struggling with my eating, but that's my business, in the words of my good sister Tabitha Brown. But I'm back in the gym. That's step one. But I got to get my intermittent fasting back together, because I'm not eating any candy, thank God, or anything like that. But anyway, so I'm liking this 6 o'clock. Okay. I am. I'm 6 o'clock my time. It allows me to do everything that I need to do, go to the gym, but then come and produce quality content for you guys. So if you're new to my channel, welcome again. Thank you for subscribing. And we're going to jump right in. So yes, Ruby King says his voice sounds shaken. He should disclose it if he has it. I thought so too. You are so inspiring. You think so? Thank you so much. That's I don't take that lightly. I put a lot into this channel, but I also want to have a balance. And but I also I'm all about quality and evolving. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to evolve and make sure I'm not in a rut and all of that. So listen, one more thing. My email is pinned down below. Some of you have my phone number. If you want to see something different or something more or stay in that lane or whatever, shoot me an email. I want to hear from you guys. So anyway, so yeah, I agree with you guys. If Desantis has it and he was at that press conference, those people, listen, they better get tested or quarantine or whatever it is that they believe in doing, because he did not sound good at all. He didn't. Anyway, not speaking of not good at all. Unfortunately, a lot of times you see it in the corner over here. Wrong way. Yep, you see it up there. That's hair. Okay, you see my hair. If I put all of us on a screen, regardless of what our nationality is, you will see that we all have different hair. Some cultures, their hair is tied into being long, not cut, not brushed, being curly, being covered, being not covered. And unfortunately, as a result of that, places of employment sometimes deem our hair, even hairstyles that I'm wearing, this hairstyle I'm wearing right now, unprofessional. And it's even linked to education. Well, all throughout the United States, education districts are faced. I hear a story at least once a year about a district doing something stupid in response to someone's hair. And when I say doing something stupid, there's no other way that I can say it, because we hear about teachers cutting children's hair. We hear about sports people, like whatever. Not a cheerleader with the braids. I already gave y'all my opinion about that months ago. Not even talking about that. Well, Illinois has now passed a ban that bars rules specifically dealing with students' hair. So what does that mean? You can't have dress codes that says you can't have locks, high tops. That's kind of discriminatory, first of all. Okay. But then second of all, I find it weird that a lot of times the schools will ban all this stuff, but kids in all colors have the pink hair, the purple hair, and all this. So many Black people are saying, you know what, it's a little bit too late. It's a little bit long time coming. Well, we know that. And first of all, across the United States, districts should implement a ban like this. In other words, your school dress code should not include, if it's a public school. Private school, I'm gonna let you go, because you know what? Public funding should not be going to you. Secondly, I have a choice whether I'm going to go there or not. But when it's public funding, you shouldn't tell me if my kid's hair, specifically it names locks, twists, cornrows, blah, 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 cannot happen in our school. Not when I see short shorts coming across my car when I used to drop my kids off to school and pick them up, or even when I worked there. The way some of these girls and gentlemen go to school, I'm like, oh no. So anyway, Illinois finally passed that. And this is not a part of that, but Illinois has been in the news. I don't think did I want to no, I didn't talk about it. Y'all know Mayor Lightfoot, Lori Lightfoot. She's in the news again. And this time she's going back and forth with the teachers union. And the teachers are tired of her, tired of the foolishness of the back and forth with virtual. I see a lot of people's, mainly the lower grades, elementary, secondary, not necessarily my friends with high schoolers or even my school, my children's school. It seems as if it's like this battle of whether we're going back to virtual or not. And so the teachers union voted on Monday and said, hey, we're not going to school tomorrow. And they did not go to school. So then Lori Lightfoot said, you know what, if you don't come to school, I'm not only going to pay you, but I'm going to lock you out of the system to assess the grades. And so I went on Twitter and I'm looking at just, I'm putting in different hashtags. And there's a direct split in the United States about this virtual learning going back, because it felt like from the beginning, as a teacher, my concern was, who's concerned about the teachers? Not many people. Who's concerned about the teachers that have kids? Not many people. So it's this battle going on. And the next day, the teacher said, you know what, we're not going to school again. Of course, you have some parents that are like, you know what, please go back to school. Spare us. Go back to school. But I have a problem with the back and forth. That's what I think everyone just disagrees with. We know that in person is best for the children. But some people believe with what's going on that it's better for the kids to be home. And that's where the great debate is going. And so Lori has already, in the hot seat because of Chicago and the state of this, the freaking state, especially Chicago, the city. And so for this to come up, I'm just like, Lord, Lori, just give it up. Well, speaking of giving it up, I reported to you guys yesterday that the big lottery was taking place. And I want to say it was almost 170 million or 600, whatever. It was almost $1 billion. I'll say it that way. Y'all, guess what? Two winners get to split the jackpot. Let me see. I skipped. Sorry. So anyway, the Powerball tickets sold in Wisconsin and California. So if you know someone in Wisconsin that just all of a sudden starts balling out, or your auntie in California, she just starts balling out, not answering your phone call, they might be the winners, because it's being reported that 2 people have won this lottery. In Wisconsin, lottery didn't immediately announce where the winning ticket was, but it's in Sacramento at a 7-Eleven. The winning numbers to the Powerball jackpot on Wednesday were 6, 14, 25, 33, and 46. The Powerball number was 17. The winners have a cash option of splitting $450 million. The jackpot was one of the largest that we've seen in the history of the Powerball game, but not the whole lottery system. Again, I love to talk about what I would do if I won the lottery. I love to talk about that. And I've gotten you guys' opinion. But yes, 2 people have won. I guess I can congratulate them and not be a hater. I ain't gonna hate. I'm not gonna hate. But y'all, speaking of hating, I don't even know what to say. Other than the fact that y'all see it. Your girl Britney. Y'all know, listen, her music gets me going on the treadmill. Womanizer. Listen, circus. I'm old school. Now, I'm not a over Britney fan. Like, I'm not a crazy, I don't fangirl like that for anybody. However, I was here for the lack of conservatorship. I was here for all of that. Now, hang on, because the next story, we're talking about the HBCUs and why they had to shut down today. But first, let's get to Britney. Y'all see this picture of Britney on the screen. What you see her wearing right now is more than what she was wearing in a picture on Instagram that she posted. Britney has been wilding out since this conservatorship ended. And today, she decided to post a full frontal with just socks on. and a heart. Y'all know how I did Lizzo when I cropped Lizzo and put a shoe. She had a flower and another flower down below, but everything else you could see. When I saw that, coupled with everything else, with her spinning behind that balcony about to fall over, God forbid, I said, Britney, you're making it easy for them to question whether you need a conservatorship or your mental stability. Leave a comment down below. If you have a family member that starts wilding out like this, or is this par for the course because she was so restricted for so many years? I personally think Britney is stuck in the 1990s. Personally, mentally, I do. I think she's stuck in hit me baby one more time. Well, Instagram definitely has a nudity policy. So I don't know how long that post is going to stay up, but not only is the post there, she limited the comments. She disabled the comments. So nobody can sit up there and comment and say, Britney, take this down. This isn't a good look. You know that they're watching you. I think that she may be underestimating the fact that her father and whoever else is still watching her to validate a case to then put her under conservatorship. I don't know. Let me know if you've seen this, because this was absolutely crazy. But again, speaking of crazy, Howard University, Spelman, and other, let me see who else. Howard, Spelman, Clark, maybe? University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, FAMU, Norfolk State, North Carolina Central University, Prairie View, and Xavier Universities in Louisiana had to close down because they've been targeted. Out of everything else HBCUs have to deal with, let me see if I can share it. Everything else that HBCUs have to deal with funding and being seen as credible universities, the discrimination or the lack thereof, whatever it is. Now they have to worry about people sending threats, because you know what? Here's the thing. School administrators and authorities regret that no bombs were found in the universities, but just the thought that the threats were made, because quiet has been kept, or quiet as it is kept, there are a lot of people that have a problem with HBCUs in the sense of, why is there something separate for Black people? And I always try to explain, when we celebrate, when I say we, I mean African Americans, when we celebrate the first HBCU, the first lady to do a movie, the first person to win this, the first that. Why are we in such a country that's as old as it is, and we still have first? That is why you need HBCUs. That is why the HBCUs were formed, because we weren't allowed to be the first in among other universities. Of course, now we know. Yeah, now we're allowed to be in other universities. But my point is, there is hate. Like, some people hate the idea of an HBCU. I did not attend an HBCU, but I'm all for HBCUs. Nothing wrong with it. They were needed at a point. So now, like I said, these schools, and I named about 7 of them, had to shut down let me find it, as a result of bomb threats. Thankfully, none were found. And here's the thing that I find interesting. They were all across the United States. What are we looking? Louisiana, Florida, a couple in Florida, Texas. What the heck? In 2022, this should have been a part of the ridiculous news. Hang on, because we're going to get that. Howard spokesman Frank Trample confirmed to NBC News that the university had received a call from an anonymous individual who said 2 things had been placed in the admin building. For public safety, they responded. And they have to take those things seriously. And so they evacuated the school and said in a statement that both departments were searched and nothing was found in the area. Same thing for Spelman. Okay. Same thing for Florida Memorial. Okay. Same thing for FAMU. What the heck? So here we are in 2022. There you go. People are hating. So speaking of hating, I don't even know if that's the segue that I want to use with that. But anyway, let's talk about SpaceX. Y'all know I'm a science buff in some ways, and SpaceX launched its first mission of 2022. And I was researching this, and I was like, okay, good. And one thing about it is, what you love Elon Musk or you hate him. Some people love him, hate him. There's some people that really could care less. One thing that I wanted to point out is, okay, as I was researching this, what I didn't understand was the fact that why do we have the SpaceX and all these private companies, and then we have NASA, and that's the whole point. It's my understanding that when you look at a SpaceX, when you look at a NASA, the remarkable difference is the fact that one is public funded by us taxpayers, NASA, and then you have Elon doing his thing with the SpaceX. He is the leading company philanthropist that is launching these exhibitions in space, which caused him to be one of was it Times Person of the Year. Okay, so like I said, I grew up obviously during the day of NASA. And so when the NASA program, the funding started being cut to the point where now you have an Elon Musk that's going into space doing things, launching stuff. Leave a comment down below. Do you think that private companies, private missions have a place in the world of NASA in space? Does it take from NASA? Does it help? Some people don't agree with it. And so as I was and to that point, as I was researching, because I wanted to know what was the difference. Why didn't Musk put his money into a NASA? Because that would be what traditionally happens. Like, oh, NASA, I want to put my money into NASA. Well, no, he said, listen, I'm going to have my whole SpaceX. And so why? So what it says is he is creating rockets, and it's a private company under the direction of one person. One person, like I said, that is why he has the money that he has. Elon Musk, that currently builds and launches two rockets, the Falcon 9 and the Falcon Heavy. The booster stages of all these rockets usually return to Earth for refurbishment, which saves money and helps SpaceX undercut its competitors' prices. So basically, when you have Michael Strahan and this one and that one going into space, he's the one that he's building these ships to make sure people are being ferried to Mars, or ferried not to Mars, but ferried to the edge of space and coming back. But Mars is within his future. So anyway, if you're somebody like me that grew up on the era of NASA, this is kind of weird. And I don't know. It's just weird to me. I miss NASA being NASA. And because I feel like, yes, there are people, we have the International Space Station, but when NASA was the going thing, that's it. But we live in a society where if you have the money, you can do it. And so now all these random people are just going up to the edge of space and then coming back. How does that help? They shouldn't be doing that. Yeah. And I remember we were home. I thought we were in California, but no, we were home, and we were driving on a highway, and we looked over, and it was like this huge light. And this was before it was kind of like really popularly known that SpaceX was launching or whatever. And so we go on YouTube, on Facebook, and we're like, did anybody see that? Whatever. And everybody like, yeah, I saw that. And someone said, yes, that's SpaceX launching or whatever. Even since then, I still see people that are really, really spooked about the launches that are taking place. So yeah, if you ever see like a random light, this angle is really, There we go. If you're ever spooked out about a major light flare, glare, it's probably Elon Musk in space playing around. It's playing around in space. So anyway, speaking of playing around, check this out. So I don't have to tell you that we're living a very fast-paced life. Sometimes we barely have enough time to even eat a balanced meal. Well, here's the thing. I created a space for adults to wind down. Essentially, it's a virtual happy hour called Sippin' and Just Saying. That's right, a place where we get to wind down. We laugh, joke, we clown each other, and we just share just a relaxed time with one another. So kick up your heels. Come on in with your favorite drink or beverage, and let's have a laugh together. Oh, and did I mention no serious topics are allowed? See you soon. See you soon. Yeah, so Sipping and Just Saying will commence tomorrow. It's not my normal panel. I sent out emails to try to get the girls together for tomorrow. And I think, for the next week. And I think for the week after, if you guys enjoyed the people that we had for the Christmas one, I can't tell you how much I laughed on that one. If you haven't already, make sure you check out our content creator ultimate virtual Christmas party. I want to bring those guys back. Let me know if you enjoyed them. If you haven't watched them, and it was all type of creators. And we just came in, just had a good time. And I want to kind of just have a good time with it not being related to Christmas. So make sure you check out my virtual online happy hour, which happens on Fridays. Same time, same bat channel. At least he asked for you to fund. NASA is giving our money without any input, or do we call that government? It's government. Exactly. At least he doesn't ask you to fund. That's true, Philip. You have a point there. You have a point. And I think that's the difference between, like I said, life is evolving. The way life happens is evolving. So to your point, yes, we're used to just NASA saying, this is what we're going to do. These are the people we chose. This is what we're going to do. And no input from the public, and no input. But yet your taxes and everything will be driven into NASA. So I absolutely agree with you 100%. When you look at it, Elon Musk, and he's got the money to do it. So what the heck? So speaking of what the heck, we're getting into the crazy stuff now, a little bit of the crazy stuff, and then we'll get to the ridiculous news. So hang on. We're almost done. I'm normally usually done at the hour mark, but I got so much to talk about today, and so do you. So let's keep commenting. Y'all see it. This is Miss Taco Bell. Y'all see Taco Bell. Some people love Taco Bell. Some people hate Taco Bell. I don't go to Taco Bell often, but when I do, I love a good taco salad. But one thing I do not go to Taco Bell for is some doggone chicken. Well, it's being reported that Taco Bell has added chicken wings starting today. That's right. You can DoorDash, you can drive through, you can dine in at your local Taco Bell and get chicken. Listen, I believe your burger joints should be a burger joint. I believe your chicken place. I'm not going to KFC for a burger. I'm going to Taco Bell for a burrito cita, whatever it's called. It's discontinued. That's why I don't even go no more, because the thing that I did eat, they don't have anymore. But I'm not going to KFC for tacos, and I'm not going to Panda Express for some darn, I don't know, for some tacos. So now Taco Bell is getting in the wing game, and they said, listen, don't hate, appreciate. They have a crispy chicken. So for 1 week, Taco Bell is adding chicken wings to the menu, and you can get them nationwide. Today, starting today, is a big day for the company's new menu. Last month, they announced that they were going to have it. Well, it's here. It stands to reason that there will be some lines, and the workers will need some time to deal with, the increased demand and people being upset. And so what they're asking you guys to do is to chill a little bit and allow the workers to complete your orders and everything. So what they're saying is they are anticipating a line like the spicy chicken sandwiches at Popeyes, which I was not in that line. Leave a comment down below if you follow the trends. When something comes out, you're at the restaurant, not me. I'm not getting in line for no spicy chicken sandwich, even if it means that I have to wait 6 months in order to get it. I will. When a new Krispy Kreme or this, and you have to, like, what are you doing? So Taco Bell said, listen, we got you. So it sounds like this is something that they are launching. And they said this special offer features 5 bone-in crispy chicken wings coated in flavorful Mexican queso seasoning, crisp to perfection, and served along with our signature spicy ranch dipping sauce. A Taco Bell representative wrote in a statement, "Wings are the latest creation for the test kitchen masterminds." Well, I'm here to say, and I see your comments, test kitchen, stop it. Let me show y'all the picture of the chicken. Hopefully me sharing this will not mess up like it did before. If it does, I'll be back. Y'all know it. Your girl will be back now. Y'all check this out. This isn't appealing. That's not appealing. Stick to your tacos. And see, I'm on the West Coast, the home of good tacos. So we don't go to Taco Bell unless we're in a rush. And the taco places are closed or whatever. I mean, you can get good street tacos here in California or whatever. So I ain't even fooling with Taco Bell. Blessed Reborn is not in the comment section. But girl, if you checking the replay, listen, let them know about the West Coast tacos, okay? But this right here, are they kidding me? But they're not. Look at this foolishness. Y'all know. Yeah, Shannon says, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. Shannon is grossed out. I'm good. No wings for me. Coach Hicks, this is another person that I have been calling back in my head. First, I had to apologize online to, who was it, Patrice? Now I'm talking to Coach Hicks. Charge it to my head and not my heart. But I have been calling you back in my head for 3 days now. So I'll get there. I'll get there. Not getting in line for no fast food, he says. I always wait. People want to be able to talk about the latest thing. Ridiculous, waste of money, not doing it. Okay. So I agree with you 100% because I'm not getting it. Like, how I look? Not. Listen, I'm not even getting in line to wait for shoes and stuff like that. I've just never been that person. Y'all already know I'm not a Black Friday person. I don't stand in line for that either. So to each his own. So Taco Bell is adding chicken. Well, that ain't it. They're also launching a taco. Listen, if you're wondering, this isn't even the ridiculous news segment. Taco Bell is also launching a subscription service for $10 a month. Y'all heard it. So you have HelloFresh, you have candles, you have My Mom box, you have Bark boxes, you have all kind of boxes that you can, and none of that is, I'm not advertising, but anyway, you get my point. You have these subscription services where you get X amount of stuff and for a specific price, and you get it every month. Well, Taco Bell is getting in the game. And they said, here's hoping your New Year resolution doesn't preclude you from eating fast food tacos every single day for a month. Taco Bell has announced the debut of its digital taco subscription service, giving customers the opportunity to redeem 1 free taco per day for 30 whole days. My friends, I have to ask you, leave a comment down below. Is that even worth it? Who the heck wants a taco a day? Now, I know that there are some people that love tacos. I am not one, but I will, consume them. But the thing is, why? For $10, I don't know. I don't know. I get 1 taco a day for $10. That's not a subscription box. That's a piecemeal. For the singular price of $10, though prices may vary by location, members who sign up for the service can pick from one of the 7 Taco Bell offerings each day. including a crunchy taco. Hold on to your seat. Crunchy taco supreme. Ooh, you get lettuce and sour cream and tomato. A soft taco or soft taco supreme. Here it is, y'all. A spicy potato soft taco, a Doritos Locos Tacos, or Doritos Locos Taco Supreme. Are they losing business? What's happening here? What? Why? But okay, I'll let you have it. Let me know if this sounds appealing to you. Don't be ashamed. If I'm making fun of it, you may see the rationale in it. Please help me see it. Those wishing to sign up are required to purchase the $10 Taco Lovers Pass via the Taco Bell app. So maybe they're trying to drive people to the app, or they're just losing business in general. But it sounds like they're trying to drive people to the app. The pass then unlocks a secret category where users can choose which taco to redeem before picking it up at their participating store. Taco Bell previously tested its Taco Lovers Pass in Tucson, Arizona in September of 2021. Never knew about it, but I don't live in Tucson. Taco Bell Corporation described the test as successful, as 20% of those who participated were new to Taco Bell rewards program. So that's what it sounds like to me. They're trying to drive people to the app and to the rewards program, but I'm not interested. Now you give me, if I can pay $10 and I can go in DSW and pick a shoe a day, that's different. But not a single taco. I'm so annoyed. Taco Bell's 30-day subscription pass is currently available on its app. So they want y'all to go to the app. Y'all go to the app. Let me know what y'all do if you like it. What's going on? So yeah, that's that. Let me see what y'all are saying. Hey Melissa, hey Lakeisha, good to see you. No, I rarely eat fast food. It's very good. So yeah, that's Taco Bell's new branding. And speaking of branding, Blackberry. I was on my little hiatus from Vlogmas, taking a little break, which I really appreciated. And it was reported that Blackberry, if you have a Blackberry, you already probably know that it is no longer operable. It stopped operating. And so y'all see it. Y'all see Miss Blackberry. The classic Blackberry phone stopped working on January 4th. Okay. I did not like Blackberries because the buttons were too small, way too small, screen too small. Like I just didn't understand it. My husband had every Blackberry and upgraded to the next one, the next one, next one. That was his choice. He loved the darn Blackberries. This was, yeah, I wasn't into the Blackberries. But listen, I suspect if you have a classic Blackberry, don't throw it away. Stuff like this kind of sells eventually on eBay, but even as some sort of novelty item or whatever. So I will hold on to it. But anyway, let me know if you heard that Blackberry is no longer in operation. I don't know anybody that has a I haven't seen a Blackberry like in the store. I'm waiting in line and somebody broke out their Blackberry. I haven't seen that. You guys let me know if you've seen someone using a Blackberry. I haven't. Yes, that's what I was saying, Philip. It's the original smartphone. And like I said, those buttons were too small for me. Like, no, I couldn't use it. But like I said, my husband had it. And yes, it was the original. It paved the way for everything else. And that thing did everything for that time. For that time. My friend refused to let hers go for years. T-Mobile finally made her upgrade. Oh my gosh. Like, no, we're not upgrading your service. No, you need to get rid of this Blackberry. Oh, you know what? I can't even lie and laugh. I'm trying to look around and see because my son came in. I have two, y'all know, I told you guys that I like hold on to my peripherals. The only reason why I have the latest phone is because of my husband. I don't care about all that. But the camera is nice. So I do like that. But I still have my original iPad. I have a new one, but I will keep my stuff because I'm like, it still works. There's nothing wrong with it. He's like, babe, that thing, y'all. And so my son was playing with it yesterday, and he was the other day, and he was like, "This thing is heavy." I said, "It's heavy." The other one is slick and slender. No, not no more. Not these new ones. No, they're no longer offering support. Nope, no longer offering support for the Blackberry. So I'm sure if you are operating a Blackberry, you already knew this, but I just thought that, to share this as an end of an era. BlackBerry has been mostly out of phone business since 2016, the article states, but over the years, it continued its license in branding, and of course, people still use it. Well, like I said, BlackBerry's old school cell phones with physical keyboards from the 1990s and early 2000s were once so popular, people nicknamed them crackberries. Like, yeah, it was a phenomenon, and it was almost, it could rival an Apple users. The way some people, go hard for Apple. I don't. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. But I don't like go hard. But I do like my Apple products. That's the only products that I use. But I don't go hard like that. Anyway, let's see what's next. Oh, the favorite part. Okay, so we're done with that. We're going to get into the ridiculous news, and then I'm going to tell you about 2 shows that have started back. One's new, and one is starting back up, and I'm going to talk about that, and then we're out of here. So hang on. We're almost done. That is Random Questions with Melissa. That's the wrong one. But hey, since I pressed it, let me ask you a random question. What are you going to do when you get done with this live? What are you going to do when we're done here? Are you going to go? Is it your bedtime? Are you in bed right now? What is it that you're going to do? So leave a comment down below. That was the wrong segment, but it's never the wrong segment. I'm going to use it. But not only what are you going to do, have you ever told one person about my channel? That's the question number 2. So again, that was the random question with Melissa. That's typically not the type of questions, but I want to know, have you shared my channel with anyone? And then what are you going to do after the live is over? Those are your questions. Now, on to ridiculous news. All right. So I love that little drum click at the end. So for me, what am I going to do? I'm going to eat, and I'll probably do my nails. And I don't know, maybe I have to clean my bathroom. So I'll probably clean my bathroom or whatever, but just do some house stuff. But I'm not going anywhere. It is it's almost 8 or 7:30. So yeah. But yeah, those are your questions. But now we are on the ridiculous news segment. Okay. The part that I enjoy. So what is this? All right. So that's that. I don't want to talk about that. Did y'all hear about the story where the little girl spoke to Alexa, or the Alexa instructed a 10-year-old girl to put a penny in an electrical socket? That's right. Alexa it instructed, eat dinner. Okay, nice. Alexa tells a 10-year-old girl to touch a live plug with a. Amazon now has updated as a result of this to make sure that they have safety parameters in, but Alexa's voice assistant was kind of in trouble because the 10-year-old girl was instructed to get prongs, put the coin on the prongs. We all know that that's not safe. The suggestion came after the girl asked Alexa for a challenge to do. Now, we know we're in a world of challenges. We know that these kids cannot get enough of the challenges. And you know what? I can't even blame the kids, because I see some of you on TikTok. I see some of you on IG, and I'm telling you, y'all are whipping and doing this and jumping off stuff and climbing stuff and all this. Challenging after challenging. Listen, I can't. I don't have time for it. And so it doesn't surprise me one bit that the little girl was saying, hey, I want to see a challenge. I read a story, and I wasn't going to cover it because it's a little dark, about a little girl that was ended as a result of a challenge. So my for you guys, the takeaway is to make sure that you guys are really, really watching your children. I don't care how old they are on these social media apps. Some of the stuff that's being encouraged is absolutely damaging and has lifelong damaging effects, to say the least. So the quote was, plug in the phone charger about halfway into the wall outlet, then touch a penny to the exposed prongs, the smart speaker said. Doesn't sound too smart. So this child had access to the Alexa, which a lot of kids do, and asked for a challenge. And again, if you're not governing what your children watch, what your children do, what they ingest, it is mind-boggling to me the amount of young kids, even when I was teaching, how they are on Snapchat. And I'm talking little kids. Snapchat, TikTok. And I'm like, these parents can't possibly have this app. Because if they see what their young kids, and I mean, teenagers are another story, but we definitely make sure that we know what they're doing on there as well. But I'm talking little kids, Snapchat and all this other stuff. That's a soapbox I'm not to get on right now. The girl's mother, Kristen, described the incident on Twitter. She said, we're doing some physical challenging like laying down and rolling over and holding the shoe to your foot. And she wanted to do another one. That's when the Echo speaker suggested partaking in the challenge that it had, quote, found on the web. So that's the point. The point is not that Alexa made the challenge. The point is there are tons of challenges out here on TikTok, on Snapchat that are encouraging kids to do all kind of crazy stuff, from as innocent or as, because it's not innocent to knock on the door and run, but something that less harmful but silly to, I mean, y'all know it, to something like this. These are actual challenges. So again, Alexa can't necessarily be blamed because we know Alexa's just going to the internet. She's just going to the source. So I just want to let you guys know, watch what your kids are listening to. Watch what your kids are watching. I'm telling you, my Explorer page on Snapchat, as far as I'm concerned, no young child should be on Snapchat, in my opinion. TikTok, I'm not too familiar with because my kids are a little bit older, and so they're not dancing and all that stuff. But I do know, like I said, the Home Explorer page. Are y'all watching? Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're watching what your children are consuming on these apps. Are you up to par and up to speed with these challenges? I am. I see it. They be doing some crazy stuff. Anyway, the dangerous activity known as the Penny Challenge began circulating on TikTok and other social media websites about a year ago. Metals conduct electricity, and inserting them into a live electrical socket can cause electric shocks and other damages. So again, have conversations with your kids when, especially when I bring articles and stuff like this to you guys. It's a teachable moment. Even if you think that your child is smart and, they'll never do this, never do that, I still talk to them and I bring it to them. So this is another story that you really, really should be conscious of. So anyway, shout out to you, those of you that are listening, have me in the background as you're doing whatever you're doing. I do that too. I don't take offense to that. So shout out to you guys. Thanks for hanging with me. Also, those of you that are catching me on the replay gang. Hey. So Ruby says, yes, she's heard about that. So I thought that was definitely ridiculous. Well, the other part, oh Lord, I find this really funny now that we have little Sir Winston, our little pup. A cat was donated accidentally to the Goodwill, to a thrift store, because it was in, there we go. Y'all see it. I was going to try to explain it. I'll play it again. They forgot to check the doggone recliner to make sure that little little Felix was not in the chair. And so can you imagine the shock when the employees found the little feline in the doggone recliner because the owners didn't check or whatever. So that's that story. Dang it, I think I X'd out of my last story. That's enough. That's enough. Like I said. So before I go, because I X'd out of other stuff and I'm not going back to search for it. So yeah, those are the two ridiculous stories of the day. Make sure, and Taco Bell and that chicken, all of that should have been a part of the ridiculous stories. But I wanted to let you guys know that The Amazing Race is back on. After the longest pit stop, The Amazing Race is now back on television. I am a fan of The Amazing Race. We talked about that and Survivor and I was going to say Home Alone, but that's not what it's called. Big Brother. And so, but I really, 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 really like The Amazing Race. And so now we're on season 33, y'all. And so The Amazing Race has completed filming 3 episodes of a new season when the world came to a halt in March of 2020. It took more than a year and a half for the show's producers to figure out a way and network with CBS and everyone to make the safety protocols to make it arrangements so that they can finish the race. Now, here's the thing. Y'all know if you don't know, The Amazing Race goes all across the globe. They're on airplanes, on trains, they're all over the place. So can you imagine trying to navigate that with everything that's going on? But like the contestants who race around the world for the chance to win $1 million, The Amazing Race producers were up to the challenge. And Phil, who's the host, he spoke about it. He says it's quite emotional coming back. It was emotional is suspending the race because of the disappointments. You can imagine everybody's hyped up, like, yay, we're about to go. And then they only get to take 3 episodes, which is typically 3 legs of the race. I could see in their eyes of the cast knowing the sacrifices that they all had to make to be there and only for it to get shut down, Phil says. So I'm excited. It appeared, my cousin called me last night. She was like, girl, Amazing Race is starting. And I was so excited about that. So if you are someone who was waiting for it to come on, you didn't hear about it, make sure you check that out. The second thing that you must check out, if you are a teacher, if you are a principal, if you are someone that knows someone that taught that, and I don't care what age group you taught, but if you teach the littles, for sure, check out Abbott Elementary. It is hilarious. It is hilarious because every single scenario as a teacher you've probably experienced, and it talks about, it's just so good. It's funny. Now, here's the thing, disclaimer. It is not rolling over the floor and out the door funny. Like, it's not a freaking stand-up comedy, but it's a good what's it called, series that you can start if you're looking for something good to watch. So again, it's called Abbott Elementary. Okay. So yeah, my friends, I asked you guys a few minutes ago what you're going to do when the live gets done. Some people are going to go watch TV. Some of you are doing whatever it is that you do now, which is okay. I'm going to head out. I'm going to put the timestamps on now. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to eat and do whatever else that I need to do around the house or whatever. But in the meantime, like I said, check out the old videos. If you're not sure what the happy hour looks like, it's just a good time. It's just a relaxed time. So come out tomorrow, join me, and whoever else decides to cam up. Hey, Blessed, I just was talking about you. Abbott is on Hulu. And so is The Amazing Race. Absolutely funny. If you know Quita Brunson of BuzzFeed, she used to be on, little short black girl. Yes, she stars as one of the teachers. Melba Moore who reminds me of myself, the seasoned teacher who will get them kids. Like, it's so funny. And then we have the principal. I didn't recognize the principal, so I don't know if this is her breakout role. You just got to watch it. You just gotta watch it. It's really, really funny, and it really gives a different spin. I don't think I've seen a take about school from this angle. Yes. No, not Melba Moore. Cheryl, no, doggone it. Now I'm gonna have to no. Quita Brunson, Tyler James, that's the guy from Everybody Hates Chris. Cheryl Lee Ralph, not Melba Moore. I'm so sorry. As soon as I said it, I was like, no, that's not who it is. Oh my gosh, who else is in it? Chris Perfetti, Cheryl Lee Ralph again. That's the character that I most identify with. She's the older, seasoned educator that's in the building trying to help the young folks who are ready to quit on the third day. So listen, it's so real, so funny though. It's giving a little Office, but you can catch it on ABC, but also Hulu. That's where I watch it at, ABC through Hulu. And so, like I said, Quita is she used to be on BuzzFeed, I want to say. But again, ABB OTT Elementary, very good. And yeah, a lot of people, if you like The Office, if you like just different shows that have that little, I don't know, quirky comedy, it's funny. That's what it is. So anyway, I've missed the live. You know what? I talked you up. I just talked about you. I forgot what I was talking about. You got to catch the replay because I did talk about you. Bless Reborn. The Emmett Till show comes on tonight at 10 on ABC. I plan on checking that out. Still a great actress. Yes, both of them are great, but I don't know why my brain said that. But anyway, check it out, Phil. I think that you'll like it and enjoy it. So, my friends, as I always say, don't get caught up in the noise, but be kind. And if there's someone that you don't necessarily want to be kind to, I get that too. Like, I'm not that Pollyanna, but don't get out of pocket. Don't have these moments where you're going to lose it. And then you find yourself regretting because you lost a bag or God knows whatever else as a result of losing it. So it's better to just turn around and just be like, deuces, I'm not doing that. So anyway, I will be back tomorrow for Sipping and Just Saying, a good time to just sit, chill, relax. If you want to cam up, if you want to call in, we might have an opportunity to do that. But in the meantime, my friends, I'm out of here. Peace.